In today's video we're going to learn how to install a ceiling fan. Hey, my name is Marco from Bama Handyman Solutions. Let's jump right into it. So in today's video we're going to install one of those Hampton Bay Glendale 3 ceiling fans, and it will be mounted on the ceiling and basically replace this single light, and just follow along. So first thing, what we are going to do is we're going to remove power to the light, and then we're gonna remove the light, and then we go from there. So once we remove the power to the light, we're going to check and make sure that there is no power, and we are good on those two cables. So now let's go ahead and remove it and see what we got up here. Alright, double check again. No, all good. And we pull that down and see what we got. And what we basically want to test first before we hang any ceiling fan, we want to make sure that the ceiling fan box, which is above those tiles, want to make sure it is supported or screwed on to the ceiling joist or any other piece of wood up there, and not just hanging up here, because it will not support the weight of the fan. So I just verified in the attic that this box is mounted to a ceiling joist, and therefore I also can see here is a nail in it, and I will give an additional screw just next to it to make sure it is well screwed on to the joist, and as you can see, this will hold the fan with no problem. Okay, now we're going to pre-assemble the fan, and then we're going to hang it, remove the light, connect everything. So as you can see here, there are a lot of parts in it, and this is not a video about how to assemble the fan, it's all about the installation of the fan. So I will just do that in fast forward. Then we jump right into installation of the fan on the ceiling, alright? Alright, so we are now on that stage where we can install that base bracket, and we will remove the light in just a second. So, and what I already did, I removed one of those screws, and then what we basically can do is we can slide that in here. We have to tighten those screws, so that the mount is flush with the ceiling. We don't want to over torque it, but we have to make sure it is centered above the hole. Okay, so what I was talking about is we want to make sure that those screws here are centered, both sides, and then we're gonna tighten it down. Not over torque, we just tighten it down. I think that's about it, and then we double check. Yes, it is solid, firm. Okay, we are coming now to the point where we can hang the ceiling fan, and I want to route first the cable to the other side here, so we can then connect them easily. And then I can hang that whole thing already here in place, and I can work here on the side. And so one thing we're gonna do is, so this is an old house, and it only has a 2 wiring system, so a hot and a neutral, and we will connect those 2 grounds then just together with the wire nut. And then also here, the blue and the black we are going to put together, so it does not have a separate fan switch. So what that means is that if we turn on the light switch, we have power for the fan, and then as well as for the lights. Okay, so I'm going to do that now. Or if we have a solid and a flexible cable, so what I'm going to do is to show you here in just a little bit. Well, I'm going to install I'm going to put the flexible wire on the very front so that the knot starts biting into it, and so I make sure that those connection stays together. Okay, I start twisting. Here we go. That's about it, and then I make the test. I pull on the cable and all the knot, and I wanna see it is tight, you know, and it is not loose. I'm going to do the same for the other two cables, and I start twisting them here at the very front. Okay, hope you can see that. And then I start going with the wire nut. Same thing here, basically stop turning once the cable start twisting like that, so then I know it is tight. Alright, next thing what I'm going to do is I want to push them up here in the hole or a little bit away so that we can install that cover here. Okay, so once everything is stored very well, I'm gonna go and double check. So as you can see, this looks pretty good to me, and then I can work my way up with this thing here. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to install that cover, and that's basically very simple. I have those slotted channels here, and the screw is already here, so all I have to do is slide it up and twist it a little bit, and then we secure it with another screw on both sides and tighten that down. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to install the blades, and therefore we first have to remove those rubber bumpers here. Okay, so next thing what we're going to do, we install at the actual light down here. It's basically very simple here, there's not much we have to do. We just have to connect the white with the white, and then here the black with the blue, which is for the light. And that's just basically push it in until here it clicks and it locks. And then same thing here, we have to make sure we somehow get everything up in here. So this can be a bit tricky. So now it's time to install the light bulbs and the glass around it, and then we install the pull cords, and then we're almost done. Okay, for that part I don't really need a ladder, but as you can see in here they have two notches and on both sides, and the thing we're going to do is basically put them in, and then we turn them like that till they lock in their position. And for that I don't need a ladder, I can just do that. And we have to do that before we put in the bulbs, because they come at the very last. Here we go. And then we have those pull cords. There's one for the light down here. Just hook that in here. And there is another one up here. That's for the actual fan. Alright. Good. And then 3 bulbs. So we check everything, make sure it spins, all good. Okay, it holds. And now we're gonna turn on the power, and we're gonna see what's happening, okay? Alright, let's go and test it. Well, here we go, light works. And there is one more thing we need to do. And that is, we have to make sure we change the direction. So we have 2 directions. And because it is winter, cooler weather, so the switch is, we have a switch here where we can change the direction of the fan. It's already on the right position. And we want to outboard airflow we want to create the upward airflow. And now we turn on the fan. Here we go. Looks pretty good to me. We'll let that spin for a little bit. And that's basically about it for today. Thank you for watching, and if you have any comments, please leave them in the comment box below. Thank you, bye.